How's it going, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? Hopefully you guys are having a great morning. Hopefully you guys have had your coffee, you're wide awake on this glorious Sunday, and we're getting ready to look at the upcoming information for content and stuff like that for Dokkan and also JP. Now, the first thing I'm going to go ahead and say right now is that obviously this is going to be more content on the global side than it is the JP side, just because, well, you guys already got the content with Roshi and all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now, why it's literally like so bare here. And for global, it's going to be looks like a decent little bit to sort of wrap up the rest of October, and that's also still not assuming that we'll probably get maybe another EZA or two after the maintenance tonight for the new update on Dokkan. So hopefully they data mine something else in there as well too for the second year anniversary type stuff. So we'll see if that happens, because again, they're still doing the whole first anniversary all the way leading up to the 10th anniversary stuff. So we'll see what they do with that. Looking at this global side, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but like just from these two alone for a second, this is probably the biggest skip that I've seen in Dokkan for a good little bit, just for the simple fact that I keep saying that, again, you had the anniversary, half the Tanabanta, and the worldwide celebration right after, and then you go into October, which is always a downtime on Dokkan Battle. So you can look at this as a positive of being like, well, they threw Roshi in here when it's a down month for Dokkan Battle. Most people are just going to 100% skip him. I think at this point in time, like I was pretty much accurate by saying like over 80-something% of the people are going to skip him. Well, skip like Vegeta, and he was a new unit. Like I'm pretty sure that this Roshi, especially as we're getting closer and closer to Heroes, I'm pretty sure he's about to get skipped heavy. Not even with not even people might even not even hit him with tickets and stuff like that. He's probably going to get, like, I would probably say a 95% skip on global Dokkan Battle for damn sure. So for JP wise, y'all not going to have a banner to summon on, but we also do have two EZAs for LR. So for the Krillin and Gohan, and then also the Vegeta Goku exchange unit. We'll get into that a little bit later on after all this. But remember, we do have that. That's going to be on both. So technically speaking, I think really we should probably be getting a little bit more Dragon Stones than the JP side, just from this one, just for the simple fact that we're just missing content. And this is the stuff we were missing. I think after this, I think it's only Jiren that we're missing. So I'm not necessarily too worried about that. But we do have a surprise reunion of the Dragon family. So you get a kid, Goten, that can Dokkan Awaken. Obviously, we already know all the Peppy Gal stuff they're getting there. EZAs, there's wallpaper, unique stuff in there, so understandable there. We already know about Roshi skip. We have the new chapter 6, part 2 for area 37 is here, and I'm gonna assume this is probably gonna be the Frieza part. So we had the Bardock, and then we'll get the Frieza. So I'm very excited about that. We have new stage for versus Peppy Gals for Infinite Dragon Ball, and then we also have Extreme Super Battle Road, a stage 63 for Battle of Wits, which should be a whole lot easier as well too. We do have 2 burst modes, that is for both sides as well too. So again, a lot of this content right at the end of it is going to be for both at this time, but we do have 2, so that's pretty solid. Get a decent amount of Dragon Stones for both of those. So we should be looking at, I won't even troll and say maybe like 200 plus Dragon Stones for the global side of Dokkan Battle, but it should be, I would assume at least maybe over 150 for the JP side as well too, because you have 2 EZAs, which is going to be about 66 Dragon Stones alone. Then you're going to have 2 burst modes, which is going to give a decent little bit of Dragon Stones out for both of them. And then you still have the 7 Dragon Stones for this one, well technically 8, because you'll get 1 for completing it. And then you have the Infinite Dragon Ball history, so you'll get a whole bunch of Dragon Stones in that with all those missions. And again, you still have the area, and then the EZA, and then this little event right here that could give you a decent amount, and then also whatever we get with the maintenance, if it runs longer or not. Should be a decent amount of Dragon Stones to sort of collect up to help you lead into the Heroes, because I know that's what most people are really definitely looking for is Heroes here. So pretty solid. Now, just know that Infinite Dragon Ball History and Extreme Super Battle Road will be unavailable starting today, because, again, maintenance and all that stuff will be implemented in later on. So, interesting there. Not too shabby, but like I said, I know some people are probably going to look at this and be like, well, why is it so bare and blah, 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 like that don't really know. But like I said, this is just the stuff that we didn't have on the global side that we're just now getting going through. So let's take a look at the EZAs. I haven't seen the EZAs. I'm hoping that both the EZAs are very good because, like I said, Namek Saga, it should be pretty solid, to be quite honest. But especially since Gohan Piccolo unit is really good. I really do enjoy that unit a lot. I can't wait to get it on my own again later on, probably on Jiren's banner. So let's get into this. So rapid growth category 4 key 150 across the board, and AGL type 4 key 100 across the board. Then we have for the super attack, for the 12 key, raises attack and defense, causes colossal damage to the enemy. Ultra super attack greatly raises attack and defense and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. That passive, because it is going to be two passives, because I think they have the battles suit and stuff like that. So let's see. Attack and defense 170%, just stand alone right off the bat. Medium chance of evade enemies' attacks right off the bat. Key +1 per key spirit obtained, plus an additional key +1 per rainbow key spirit obtained. So getting those ultra super attacks off a little bit better. Plus an additional attack and defense 50% and chance to evade enemies' attacks +20% when performing a super attack. Not too shabby, because what is that medium chance? What is that, like 50 or 40 something like that percent? So I mean 70% chance. That's not terrible whatsoever at all. 60 or 70%. Plus an additional attack 50% and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more, and you definitely should be getting that pretty good there. That's so far not too shabby right now, just for the base before they get their battle gear, their Saiyan armor. Launch an additional super attack and chance of evading enemies' attacks +20% when key is 24. So pretty solid for that base. Let's see what it does when they actually do this. So it should be, I want to assume, the same. No, it's a little bit different on their super attacks. I forgot about that. So greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. And then massively raises attack and greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Okay, so that passive attack and defense 200%. So you get a 30% buff. Not bad for the standalone. High chance of evade enemies' attacks. I like that. I want to say that, yeah, I think that might be right. Medium chances, maybe lower than 50, because I want to say high chances, what, like 50 or 60? I want to say something like that. So I think it should be like there's 70 in the before they get their stuff in there. So I'm going to assume. But key +2 per key spirit obtained, plus an additional key +1 per rainbow key spirit obtained. Loving that. Plus an additional attack and defense 58% and chance to evade enemies' attacks +20% when performing a super attack. Plus an additional attack 77% and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. Launches an additional super attack and chance to perform a crit hit +30% when key is 24. Pretty solid. Oh, my good gracious. I think I'm gonna have to leave this open right now because we got Miss Kitty back in here. So wasn't expecting you coming up here. Coming? There you go. There you go. Yeah, I just happened to hear meowing, and I was like, as soon as I turned around, I just seen her literal whole paw underneath the door, and I was like, oh, okay, it's like that. You have a separation anxiety right off the bat? It's okay. I'm not recording or nothing. That's all you. You do you over there. You do you. You need to sit down and relax. You need to sit down and relax. I understand it. You're going through the same route that you did before. Okay. Anyway, so let's get it going. I'm not going to open that window for you. You might want to just relax, okay? Anyway, so for the Vegeta and the Exchange Goku, I'm expecting this one to be good. What you want? Can you not get back over here? You just pawed me. What? Like, you can get back over here. I'm leaving all this in, by the way. Just so you know. You got your whole head through the blinds. What are you? This is what I'm dealing with now. Okay. All right. So, as long as she's just gonna do her stuff over there, then we're gonna be good. I'm gonna continue. So, Planet Namek Saga 4 key 150 across the board, and then Int Type 4 key 100% across the board. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. Pretty, like I said, this is gonna be good with additional super attacks and stuff like that. Raises attack and defense for 3 turns and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Not mad at that at all. That's definitely going to be pretty solid there. So that passive. Would you just get your head out of there? Hey, those blinds. Don't mess the blinds up. Oh, it's literally. This is what I'm dealing with right now, man. I'm just trying to record this video. And she is like, oh my God. Holy crap. Like, she could have just turned around and looked at me like, please put him up. She was literally got her whole body through the blinds. Like, golly. I hope you enjoy looking outside, okay? I know you don't get to come up here and look outside from the second story all that much. Anyway, let's get on to this passive. Key +3 and attacking defense 180%, plus an additional key +4 and reduce damage received by 30% when HP is 30% or more at the start of the turn, plus an additional key +4 and launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 50% or more at the start of the turn, key +4, and launch another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack if HP is 70% or more starting at the start of turn, plus an additional attacking defense 150% when attacking. Okay. If HP is 50% or less starting from the turn and attacking, or starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle, revives with 70% HP recovered and exchanged with Goku when the character or ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. So obviously that's just down there what it is. So first of all, the Vegeta's pretty damn good. I'm going to assume the Goku's like even better because that's just how that goes. Okay, I can already see some stuff here. So greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. Raises attack and defense for 3 turns, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Key +10 and attack and defense 200%, plus an additional attack and defense 159% when performing a super attack. Reduce damage received by 30%. High chance of performing a crit hit, plus an additional key +5 and attack 59% when there is an extreme class enemy, plus an additional damage reduction of 30% and performs a crit hit when there is a Planet Namek Saga category enemy or another Planet Namek Saga category ally attacking in the same turn. So basically the Goku gets 60% damage reduction. Yeah, he's good. I'm not going to lie, the Vegeta and Goku exchange, I knew they were going to be good, but it's looking pretty daggone good. 60% damage reduction on top of everything else of all these additional attacks. And if I'm not mistaken, the stacking as well too with the Vegeta and stuff like that. Yeah, the Goku is probably going to be really, really nasty. Not going to lie. I wouldn't be surprised if I see big numbers on him too. I would not be surprised if I see big numbers on the showcase. I don't know that much about Krillin and Gohan. They might put up some big numbers just because they do have a lot of additionals built in as well too. I can see them hitting some big sort of numbers, but I don't know if it'll be over 100. But like I said, for it, basically, if you're winning currently right now, if you have both these units, literally rainbow, like at this point in time, you're literally just winning off of this one. But yeah, I would say this is pretty solid. Even if it is a skip territory for the Dokkan Fest currently right now, it's still good because it looks like roughly about 200 plus, I won't say 200 plus, but roughly about 200 Dragon Songs. Maybe a little less might be coming to a global Dokkan battle. A little bit less than that for the JP side. And again, for the global, you're probably going to skip Roshi. 95% of you are going to skip Roshi. So pack them on up and save out for heroes. And this is going to help you get a little bit more Dragon Songs to help you go forward. So that's not really terrible whatsoever at all. Depending on if you have like 100 Dragon Stones or whatever right now, you might be able to get about, I would say, before Heroes starts and everything, since they'll probably do a little bit of campaigns and stuff like that for, depending on if they have like a Dokkan now or something like that, talking about if this is the last time they're doing it or whatever. I'm gonna assume you should be able to get a decent amount of dragon songs again before then too, while you're still logging in and stuff. So you might be able to walk into heroes if you have like 0 dragon songs right now, or you just have the dragon songs that you got from the world tournament right now. You might be able to walk into heroes with a little over 300 free-to-play dragon songs, which is pretty daggone solid, not gonna lie. But like I said, we just have to see. Like, some people might fold and some people might not, but it looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like oh my god levels, but again, depending on what I would say is our actual maintenance tonight, what that produces from it. If it shows anything for like the second anniversary or something like that theme, getting EZA or whatever out of that, that's going to be even bigger. And like I said, I wouldn't put it past, because they did talk about that. So yeah, and we might even have even more dragon songs from that. And this is just what we know currently right now before we get that data download, which is very crucial. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video and you did enjoy the surprise of Stormy over here coming in and making her cameo again for the second time in a row, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications where you get notified when we go live and put up more videos. Other than that, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.